Well, how do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? So sometimes I get crazy. You know me, man. So I had this Missouri Moonshine whiskey. I actually picked this up a couple weeks ago while we were in Columbia. I got it out there because it was on sale for less than 20 a bottle. It's a bargain at that price. It's 100 proof malt whiskey, unaged. They call it Missouri Moonshine. But as you can see, I got just a little color in there. Let me tell you why, man. So I got my smoker going. Actually, I just got some sweet potatoes on there. Kind of at a low heat at the moment because I want to try to put a little smoke in this whiskey. So I've got some maple wood out there. So and I did this before. I don't know, a month or ago, 2 months. Who knows? Remembers exactly how long? But maybe three, four. Who knows? But anyways, when I did it, I really enjoyed the result of adding the extra smoke. But here's a whiskey that I mean, it's unaged. It doesn't have any smoke to it. So I wanted to see what that would do to this malt whiskey. I can tell you the nose. That was a whole lot of smoke, man. Wow, yeah, wow. Not sure how hot it is, so I'm a little leery. Oh, I don't even know what to say about that. Wow. So it's a very smooth, unaged whiskey anyway. It does use corn, it does use sugar, but it also uses malted barley. It is one of my absolute favorite unaged whiskeys. And for my money, it's the best out there, both for flavor, both for quality, and also for, I mean, the value is just better. There are so many out there that are getting by on a specific name that are charging a higher price because it has a specific name on there. Here you have arguably the best out there at less than those others with that name on them. I put one oak chunk out on there, and I've got a couple maple chunks on there. So what I've got is a combination of that maple plus that hardwood oak kind of aroma and flavor going on. It's very nice. Of course, I'm a guy that loves smoke, man. I mean, I love anything bourbon barrel aged. So anytime you put a beer in a bourbon barrel or whiskey barrel, I'm a happy man. I love when I drink whiskeys, aged whiskeys. For me, the more smoke, the better, or more smoke-like flavor, I guess I should say. I'm typically a bourbon or an Irish whiskey drinker, but I really love what this has done to this whiskey. You see, it just has a slight pigment. Some of that's on the glass, though. You can see that smoke residue. Well, some of you say, Tom, you just ruined your shot glass. Well, last time I did it, it came clean. So, and quite frankly, if it doesn't, it doesn't. I ain't sweating little stuff. Sometimes, you got to, experimentation costs a little bit. You got to learn, man. I don't even know what to say about that. That's freaking gorgeous. Yeah, unaged whiskeys. Some people like them, some don't. For a long time, I didn't, to be honest with you, because again, I'm a fan of the aged whiskey. But I've really tried a lot with some beer styles. I've really tried over the last few years, couple 3 years anyway, to get to know them, to try to understand them, even if they weren't going to work for me. Again, I've kind of settled on this one being probably my absolute favorite, but there are others I can tolerate as well. The Rocktown. Arkansas Lightning is fantastic too. But I don't really compare the two. It's kind of a different animal. You know what I mean? The Rocktown's a little higher proof, so it's just great for what it is. But this particular whiskey is very smooth. It's a little sweet. It's very drinkable. And when I add that little bit of smoke, quite frankly, I only had it on there about 10 minutes, to be honest with you, because I had just a tad more heat on there, and I didn't want to, my glass to go boom. Not a scientist. I don't know what temperature my glass will go boom, but I did have a little more heat than I wanted. But yeah, wow, I only had this on there 10 minutes, and there is plenty of smoke on there. I'd like to try some when I get the temperature just a little bit lower. I might try to put it on there for a little bit longer, 20, 30 minutes, say, and wow, see what happens. I think when I did it before with those other whiskeys, though, I only laid it on there for about 5 minutes to add additional smoke. Didn't want to over smoke it, just wanted enough to give us some flavor. So, really, about 10 minutes, it did this one absolutely perfect. So, there you go. Gosh, the aromas are crazy. That's one thing you miss on aged whiskeys. I don't get the. They do have an aroma. I'm not saying they don't, but you don't get that aged whiskey aromas. You know, the oak and the other stuff going on. That's kind of what I like here now. I can feel that maple. I can feel that oak hardwood. It's very nice, both in aroma and flavor. Wow, that's freaking gorgeous, man. So there you go. Hey, I'm trying to be a whisperer. No need to run long. I guess not try. I'm not going to shoot this. I don't do shots, but I just kind of want to sip and relax and enjoy it. Mm. I've got some other whiskeys up there. I'm going to try to do the same with later now, but I thought I'd start with this one and see how it went. I am trying to beer whisperer. Doing some whiskey, man. I'm smoking whiskey, man. Uh, we'll talk to you later.